Hey Keller Williams, this is Kelly Allen and Phil Ferguson of the Sellers Agency here in Waynesville, North Carolina. And we are going to share with you some of our favorite seller objections and how we handle those. Phil is going to fill you in on our market in case it's something similar to your market.
So, thank you, Kelly. Waynesville is a resort area in western North Carolina, so we have a lot of second homes, and we're just outside of Asheville. Our market has been slow to recover compared to Asheville and some other areas. So some of our challenges are pricing the home well enough that the sellers are able to sell and get what they need to out of it, and how are they going to get their house ready for sale. So those are just a couple of things that we'll probably touch on today, along with some other objections that Kelly and I have both experienced.
Yes. All right, fantastic. So let's dive in. All right, Phil is the agent and I am his seller, potential seller. All right, Phil.
Okay. So, Kelly, I've come up with a price here for your home. And it looks like the very top dollar that we can get for your property is going to be about $400,000. And I know that's less than what you've probably expected and seen in the past when you bought it at the peak in 2006. But $400,000 really is the top dollar. And I would say, really, if you want to sell it and you're motivated, maybe $375,000 to $380,000 would be a better price.
Wow. And how long do you think it would take to sell at that price, Phil?
Well, that price range of home is taking about 6 to 8 months, best case scenario. So we could be looking at a year-long listing, but if you price it competitively, I think maybe 6 to 8 months because the house is in beautiful condition.
Okay, great. Gosh, you know, Phil, I just don't want to sell it at that price right now because I did buy it at the peak.
Okay. Do you still have a mortgage on it? That's correct. Okay. So what are your monthly payments right now?
$1,500.
$1,500. Okay, so say we wait a year to put it on the market. At today's appreciation, this last year, we're probably looking at about 2%. Okay, so that's going to be $8,000 on a $400,000 value today.
Okay.
So $8,000. Now your payments are $1,500. So you're looking at about $18,000 in mortgage payments, your homeowners association fees, your taxes and your insurance, and whatever maintenance that you have.
Right.
So you're looking probably around $25,000 to carry the house this next year.
Wow, I never even thought of that.
Right.
Wow.
So that $8,000 that you want to wait on is going to cost you $25,000.
Wow.
So what I would recommend is to price it competitively, maybe at $390 or $395. That's at the top end to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room.
Okay.
And rather than spending that $25,000 because you want to sell, go ahead and be ready to take an offer of $375 today, because that's where you're going to be a year from now. And that way you'll move sooner and be able to get on with your life.
Wow, okay, that sounds great. Well, Phil, I tell you what, that makes a lot of sense, and I'm glad that you were able to put that into a numerical value like that. That was crystal clear. I've been renting it a little bit, and one of my folks said, hey, when they come back at the end of May, they are really interested in purchasing this home.
That's great.
Can we exclude them?
Well, sure, we can exclude them. It's now here in April, and they're going to be back next month. So what we can do is go ahead and sign the paperwork today and give them through May 10th to come in and do something on your property, write an offer, and we will not start the marketing until May 25th.
Okay.
So that gives you a little bit of time. We can go ahead and take the listing today and have everything ready and scheduled to go, so we don't miss a minute of marketing time as we move into the summer.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you. Great. Phil, I'm so happy that you are able to work with me on excluding those renters. That is a relief. Thank you so much, and they'll be happy about that. This might sound funny, but I've got this friend in Florida,
Okay.
and I told her kind of where we were thinking, and she about went through the ceiling and said, "What? You're gonna give your home away? That home should be priced at $500,000."
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Does she have any experience in our local market?
I don't think so.
Is she an appraiser or a builder or a real estate broker?
No, she's just bought and sold several properties in Florida.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, would she like to buy her house for that much?
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
It would. I would call her up and ask her to see if she would make an offer that you would even sell for $450 to her, and it would still be better than the price that I think that it would be worth.
Right.
I really don't think that she knows what she's talking about.
Okay.
But I'm glad she has such an optimistic view of what your home should be worth, because it is a beautiful home.
I think she got it from Zillow or something.
Well,
The idea.
Zillow is a great tool to get a range, and it's usually off anywhere from 10 to 30% depending on the market.
Wow.
So it's good to get an idea, but as with anything, all ideas really don't go in. All ideas don't go over very well.
Gotcha.
Pricing your home ineffectively or overpricing your home just doesn't work.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey everybody, so my name again is Kelly Allen. I'm the team leader at the Keller Williams office in Waynesville, Cashers, and Franklin, North Carolina. And when I had a team, my specialty was for sale by owners. So I'm going to take you through my brief lead-in, and then we'll handle some of the common objections I received while working with for sale by owners in Asheville, North Carolina. The market in Asheville is quite different than in Waynesville. Things are moving very quickly, and for sale by owners, of course, tend to believe that they've got it under control. So my job is to convince them otherwise.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Phil, thank you so much again for having me over today. Your home is absolutely beautiful. It was really a treat to see. You did a great job.
Well, thank you, Kelly. We worked very hard on it.
I can tell, and I've got good news for you,
Okay.
which I do not always get to share, really. You've been doing your homework, you've done your research, and you have priced your home correctly at $350,000. So well done.
Okay.
Knowing that, usually it's an issue of price that's going to keep your home from selling, right? Price and condition. You've
Right.
done that piece. Now really, Phil, it's a matter of making sure that every qualified buyer out there right now knows your home is for sale. And that's where I come in, is
Okay.
to help announce to everybody here that your home is on the market and ready to go. Will you let me help you?
Well, maybe.
Okay.
I know you said that the house is priced correctly.
Yes.
And what we would need to ask you to do
Okay.
is to add your commission on top of that price so that we can net what we need to in order to sell the house.
Oh, yeah, I'm so glad that you brought that idea up. That's fantastic. And Phil, as much as I would love to do that, as much as I would love that I could come in here, I mean, I wish I could, and just wave my wand and say, Kelly's arrived, the house is now worth $10,000 more than it would be otherwise. That's not how the market works. You see that? May I share something with you?
Sure.
The value of your home is determined by what a buyer is willing and able to pay, who's not under duress. And unless we know that you have maybe a neighbor whose relative is coming in who wants to live right next door, it's imperative that we price your home correctly from the very start in order to attract just that right buyer. And in fact, Phil, I would rather price your home correctly at your $350, and I'm going to circle back to that in a minute. Price your home correctly at that $350 and not get a single offer through the door, than to price your home, well, not get a single offer through the door that we work out, than to price your home a smidgen too high, say at that 360 range, and not get an offer in at all. Because until we get an offer in, we can't do what I love the most and do the best, which is to negotiate the highest and best terms for your home.
Okay. Well, that sounds good, Kelly, but
Mm-hmm.
I think I really have to think about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. May I ask you a question?
Yes.
What is it that you need to think about?
Well, you know, I feel like I may give it a few more weeks
Okay.
at the price that I have it, knowing
Sure.
that it's priced correctly. Maybe I'll get lucky and have a buyer just come in.
That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh, you would be so excited. That'd be
Yep.
wonderful. Phil, if we had met, let's say in January or February, I'd say, yeah, I hear you loud and clear on that. Absolutely. But given the days on market right now and the state of the market,
Right?
that this is the height of the season, if you were my brother, I would say, let's get your home on the official market today and get you over to Florida to be with your parents, because you said that that's what's really important to you, right?
That is very important.
And are you gonna, see, it's not rocket science, Phil, you don't need a PhD to sell your home. Knock on wood that everything goes well. If it doesn't, that's another story, right? It can just take 4 times as long. Now, are you gonna be happy if in November, if you're still here?
Well, Kelly, I really don't want to be that frustrated any longer with selling my house. I think I will go ahead and list it with you today.
That's fantastic. I'm excited to be in your corner. Let's get started.
Let's do it.